No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. This is a statement that changed the lives of millions of people living in the United States. The United States government did not realize at the time that these words would have such a massive impact on people's lives, especially women. Prior to Title IX's enactment, female was, obviously, the gender viewed as less important in the United States and all over the world. Most did not play sports. There were no alternatives for young women who became pregnant in high school. They could only enroll in certain vocational programs, and they were not hired for certain jobs due to their gender. Though it took some time for the nation to adjust to these drastic changes, today in the year 2012, the 40th anniversary of Title IX's enactment, our nation is on the verge of equality. Though it may take several more years, the United States is much further ahead in terms of equality than we were in the 1970s and all of the years before that decade. In 1972, 1 in every 27 females participated in high school sports. Throughout the years, female athletics have been much more enthusiastically supported, resulting in that statistic now being 2 out of every 5 females participate in high school sports. Also, from that time, the amount of women who participated in college athletics has increased by 600%. Additionally, for young women who struggle with other important issues, such as teen pregnancy, Title IX has changed their lives for the better. One girl named Chelsea Strokes had a baby after her sophomore year of high school. Though it may have completely altered and changed her outlook on life, Chelsea's life was not over. She was able to take classes at home and finish high school. Though ideally today having a college education when looking for a job is either a requirement or strongly desired, having a high school education is also the minimum requirement for others. Chelsea still has ample opportunities to get a job and is able to take care of herself and her baby. Without Title IX's federal financial support for all genders and government programs, Chelsea and the other 750,000 teenagers who become pregnant each year's lives as they know it could have been over the moment they found out they were pregnant if they did not have the support from family and friends. The enactment of this law also opened up many doors for women of all ages. Once this law was ratified, young girls' futures weren't necessarily stay-at-home moms with breadwinner husbands, but businesswomen, or Olympians, or car repair women, or soldiers, etc. Joni Benoit Samuelson, the first woman to win a gold medal in marathon running in the 1984 Los Angeles Summer Olympics, would not have had the right, glory, or honor of winning a gold medal without the law of Title IX. She would have definitely been a runner or some other type of competitive athlete, but may never have had the opportunity that a male would have of winning a gold medal in something that she excelled so greatly in. Other athletes, such as Mia Hamm, Lindsey Vonn, Gabby Douglas, Hope Solo, and many others, would not be the mentors and inspirations that they are to millions of young girls without the opportunities that they received because of Title IX. As Amy Donaldson, a writer from the Desert News, said, "How can you know basketball is your passion if you've never been allowed to play? How can you want to pursue the rigors of running if you're told it will make you infertile to participate?" In short, Title IX was a drastic change in the course of the United States history because it allowed women to be viewed as more equal, it forced the government to create gender equity throughout our nation, and it allowed women to receive a higher level of their passions, whether they be athletics, business, or education. I had the opportunity to interview a few interesting people whose lives were affected by Title IX. From this, I learned of personal experiences that affected these people in ways that I would never have known unless I had the chance to talk to them one-on-one.
Honestly, when it was first enacted, probably not much, because I think that when it first went into effect, I mean, I grew up in a small town in Oregon. I'm not sure that there was very much awareness at all. I think that the true meaning and power of Title IX really was the 80s before. There was a men's team and a women's team when I was in college, although they were not treated the same. The men, there were 2 pools. The men got the bigger pool, women got the smaller pool. We certainly didn't divide time up. Yeah. And I was oblivious to that, is what I would say.
I grew up with 3 brothers, and they all played baseball. And I would hang over the fence hoping to be called into the game when they were short in the summer months. And I was never called in. they'd rather play short than ask a girl to play on the team. And so there just weren't a lot of opportunities, and that's really what Title IX presented to women and girls in sport and in business and in whatever profession you want to look at, the arts, sciences, music, whatever. So I think people need to look at Title IX as just providing opportunities. Soccer had been around when I was in high school. I probably would have played soccer all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of myself as a trailblazer, really. I think of myself as more of one of the pioneers in the sport, but not a trailblazer, although people would probably tell you that I was a trailblazer. There were women out there, staging sit-ins at starting lines of marathons, refusing to move until girls or women were included in the event. And so I remember when I won the Boston Marathon and was a Bowdoin senior, Bill Rogers had been invited to the White House by President Carter. And Gloria Steinem became very vocal and apparently called the White House and said, "How can you invite the male winner without inviting the women's winner?" And before I knew it, I had a call from the president inviting me to the White House too. So that was one of the early Title IX watershed moments, I would think, as far as my own personal life is concerned. I was embarrassed when I first started to run. I was trying to shed a tomboy image, so I would walk when cars passed. And then I just all of a sudden one day said, who cares what other people think? I love what I'm doing and I'm challenging myself and I'm setting goals.